Picture two minivans, sitting side by side, on the same lot. Both wear a price tag right around 40 grand. Both promise to haul your family, your gear, and eventually your grandkids for the next 10 years. From 10 feet away, they look like the same decision. They are not. One of them will quietly sip its way past 200,000 miles on a powertrain Toyota has been perfecting since the very first Prius. The other rolls on a reputation that has been dragged into a federal class action lawsuit over a transmission that shudders, hesitates, and in the worst cases, simply quits. Same money, same driveway, wildly different decade ahead of you. So today, we settle it properly. The Toyota Sienna versus the Honda Odyssey. No badge worship, no brochure fluff. Just the powertrains, the pump math, the repair bills, and the one cold question every man buying a family hauler in his 40s or 50s actually asks. Which one of these is still going to be here when the kids leave for college? Stick around, because the verdict at the end is not the slam dunk you might expect. Let's set the table first, because in 2025, these two could not be more different under the skin. The Odyssey is old school Honda muscle. Every single one rolls out with a 3.5-liter V6, making 280 horsepower, bolted to a 10-speed automatic driving the front wheels. No turbo, no hybrid, no all-wheel drive, just a big, naturally aspirated 6 that's perfectly happy to rev. The Sienna threw that entire playbook out the window in 2021. There is no V6 anymore, and there is no gas-only version. Every Sienna is a hybrid now, a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder paired with electric motors for a combined 245 horsepower running through a CVT. And crucially, you can get it with all-wheel drive. Two vans, two completely opposite bets on what a family car should be. Now, let's run them through the things that actually empty or protect your wallet. Start with fuel, because this is where the gap gets almost embarrassing. The Sienna is rated at 36 miles per gallon combined in front-wheel drive, and it hits that exact same 36 number in the city and on the highway, which almost never happens with any car ever. The Odyssey? 19 in the city, 28 on the highway, 22 combined. Read that again. In stop-and-go traffic, the school run, the Costco parking lot crawl, the Toyota is getting nearly double the mileage of the Honda. Over 15,000 miles a year. That is not a rounding error, friends. That is a vacation's worth of gas money every single year, and it compounds across the whole decade you'll own the thing. Honda knows it too. That's exactly why there is finally a hybrid Odyssey arriving for 2026, rated around 33 miles per gallon. But the van sitting on the lot today? It still drinks like it's 2010. Round one, Toyota. And it isn't close. So does the Odyssey just roll over and lose? Not so fast, because here is where it punches back, and punches hard. That V6 is genuinely the better thing to drive. 280 horsepower against the Sienna's 245 tells part of the story. The feel tells the rest. The Honda is smoother, quieter under hard acceleration, and it merges onto a highway with confidence to spare. Reviewers say it over and over. The Odyssey rides better and handles tighter, soaking up bumps that leave the Sienna and the Kia Carnival shuddering. The Sienna's 4-cylinder, by contrast, gets loud and frankly a little coarse when you ask it to climb a grade or pass a semi with a full load of family aboard. Adequate. That's the word that keeps coming up in the reviews. Adequate. And adequate is not the word a guy who grew up on V6 sedans wants to hear. If your idea of a good road trip is effortless passing power and a hushed cabin at 80 miles an hour, the Odyssey is the more satisfying machine. Round two, to Honda. Then there's the weather, and this one matters more or less depending entirely on your zip code. If you live anywhere the snow flies, the Odyssey has a glaring hole in its spec sheet: front-wheel drive only. No all-wheel drive option at any price on any trim. The Sienna, meanwhile, offers all-wheel drive across most of the lineup, and because it's a hybrid, the rear axle gets its own electric motor, instead of a heavy drive shaft running the length of the van. For a buyer in Denver, in Buffalo, anywhere across the upper Midwest who needs a family hauler that'll claw up an icy driveway in January, that is not a luxury. That is the whole ballgame. Round 3, Toyota. Now, the part everybody skips right up until it bites them: long-term cost and reliability. On paper, the two start close. The Sienna right around $40,000. The Odyssey a touch higher, near $42,000, after Honda dropped its cheapest trim. But the story diverges fast once you drive them off that lot. Kelley Blue Book hands the Sienna its lowest 5-year cost to own award in the entire segment, largely on the back of class-leading resale value and those tiny, tiny fuel bills. And Toyota's hybrid system, remember, is the same fundamental tech that's been racking up 6-figure mileage in taxi and rideshare fleets for 2 decades. It is about as proven as a drivetrain gets on planet Earth. The Odyssey's track record, murkier. And this is the catch you absolutely cannot ignore. Consumer Reports rates the 2025 Odyssey below average for reliability. And on the used market, where most of us actually shop, there is a genuine landmine waiting. The 2018 through 2020 Odysseys, fitted with the ZF 9-speed automatic, became notorious for a low-speed judder, hard shifts, and hesitation. Ugly enough that owners flooded the NHTSA with complaints, and lawyers bundled them all into a class action, Moore versus Honda. And when one of those transmissions finally lets go, out of warranty, you are staring down a repair bill that runs from $3,000 to north of $8,000. There was even a separate recall of roughly 50,000 2018 and 2019 touring and elite vans over a 10-speed software and park rod fault. Round 4, and this one is decisive to Toyota. Now, let me be fair, because the Odyssey is not some rolling money pit across the board. The current 2025 van runs the 10-speed across every trim, and most of the worst 9-speed drama is confined to those specific used model years. Buy a brand new Odyssey, and the transmission you're getting is a far better behaved unit. The newer complaints skew toward the auto-idle stop system stumbling and the infotainment screen freezing up. Annoying, occasionally embarrassing, but not the kind of thing that strands you on the shoulder with a 5-figure invoice. And if you're shopping used Toyota, here's a free tip. The truly bulletproof one is the pre-2021 Sienna with the old 3.5 V6. That engine is a tank. So the buying advice here is simple and it's specific. If you want a used Odyssey, get a refreshed 2021 or newer car, or a documented touring with full service history, and walk straight past a private sale 2018 or 2019 with a vague maintenance story. Because that van will shift just fine on the test drive and then break your heart at 90,000 miles. Inside, the two finally trade some blows evenly. The Odyssey gives you genuinely comfortable 8-passenger seating and that clever magic slide second row that shuffles sideways to make wrestling a car seat into the third row actually bearable. Honda also tunes the cabin to stay quiet over rough pavement. The Sienna answers with a living room on wheels feel, a standard hybrid setup that never asks you to pick anything in, and on the top Platinum trim, a built-in vacuum and a small fridge. Sounds like a gimmick, right up until your kid detonates a Slurpee in row 2, and suddenly that vacuum is the smartest $200 Toyota ever spent. On the tech front though, neither one is class leading. Both run modest touchscreens that lag behind the Kia Carnival. And here is a genuinely sobering note for the whole category. Not a single 2025 minivan earned the IIHS top safety pick this year, dinged on crash test performance. So do not let either brand convince you it's untouchable on safety. The Odyssey does carry a 5-star overall rating from the NHTSA, and it was an IIHS top safety pick the year prior for whatever weight you choose to give that. And one more thing the salesman won't lead with: warranty. Both vans come with the same basic powertrain coverage, 5 years or 60,000 miles. But Toyota backs that hybrid battery for up to 10 years or 150,000 miles. 10 years. That's the company essentially telling you out loud that it expects the expensive part to outlast your loan, your patience, and possibly your driveway. That kind of confidence is worth something when you're signing for a decade of family duty. So here's the payoff, and it depends entirely on the kind of man asking. If you do serious highway miles, you tow now and then, you crave a smooth, quiet V6, and you live somewhere the roads stay dry, then buy the Honda Odyssey. And buy it new, or barely used, so you skip the 9-speed era completely. It is the better thing to drive, full stop. No argument here. But if you're the buyer this whole segment was really built for, the man who keeps a vehicle 10 years, who racks up city miles, who sees real winter, and who wants to spend his weekends at the lake instead of in a service waiting room, then the Toyota Sienna is the smarter money, and it is not particularly close. Better mileage by a mile, available all-wheel drive, the best resale value in the class, and a hybrid system that has already proven it'll outlast the loan, the warranty, and quite possibly your patience for minivans altogether. Toyota takes 4 rounds to Honda's 2, and the 2 it lost are the ones you feel on a test drive and then forget all about by year 3. Which brings us to the real lesson here, the same one that's been true since your dad bought his first station wagon. The vehicle that feels best in the showroom and the vehicle that treats you best over a decade are almost never the same vehicle, and the difference between them is measured in fuel receipts and repair invoices, not in horsepower. Buy for the 10 years, not the test drive. That is how you end up with a van that's still hauling the family long after everybody's forgotten what you paid for it. So tell me, down in the comments, are you Team Sienna efficiency or Team Odyssey muscle? And what is the highest mileage you have ever put on a family hauler before it finally gave up the ghost? And if you're weighing one of these against a Carnival or a Pacifica, just say the word, because that 3-way fight is a whole video of its own.